I'm 88 years old, and I just booked a 2-week trip to Italy, first class, $12,000. My daughter Susan called it reckless. My son David said, "Mom, you're spending our inheritance." I said, "Good. That's exactly what I'm doing." My name is Catherine. I have $340,000 in savings and investments, and I'm spending every penny before I die. Not out of spite, not because I don't love my children, but because I've earned the right to enjoy my own money. And if that makes me a selfish mother, I'll live with it. From Italy. Let me tell you how I got here. For 40 years I saved. I clipped coupons. I drove used cars. I wore the same coat for 15 years. Not because I was poor, because I was responsible. My husband Richard and we worked hard. Teacher and accountant, middle class, modest. We bought a small house in 1962, paid it off in 1987. We saved 15% of every paycheck for 40 years. And somewhere along the way, without anyone saying it out loud, my children started counting. Mom and Dad have the house. They've been saving their whole lives. When they're gone, we'll be set. I heard Susan say it once to David when they thought I couldn't hear. At least we'll have the inheritance. At least. As if that was their safety net, their backup plan, their reward for being my children. And I realized something that day. My children weren't waiting for me to die, but they were waiting for my money to be theirs. And that's when I decided, no. There are 5 reasons I'm spending my children's inheritance. 5 reasons I refuse to die with a bank account full of money I never enjoyed. And if you're sitting on savings, denying yourself, waiting to die so your children can have it, these 5 reasons apply to you too. Some of this will sound harsh. Some of it will make you uncomfortable. Good, you should be uncomfortable. Because you're living like a custodian of money that belongs to you. Let me tell you why I stopped. Reason number 1, they didn't earn it. This is the hardest truth, but it's truth nonetheless. My children did not work for 40 years. They did not save 15% of every paycheck. They did not drive used cars or clip coupons or wear the same coat for 15 years. I did. And inheritance is not a birthright. It's not payment for being born. It's not compensation for showing up to holidays. I watched this destroy my friend Evelyn. Evelyn worked as a nurse for 45 years, saved everything, modest life. She had $280,000 when she died at 84. Her 3 children fought over it like animals. Lawyers, court battles, family destroyed. Over money they didn't earn. Over money Evelyn never got to enjoy because she was saving it for them. She died in a hospital room wearing a nightgown from 1987 because she didn't want to waste money on herself while her children calculated their share. That nightgown haunts me. Evelyn earned that money, but she never gave herself permission to spend it. She died believing her job was to leave it behind. It wasn't. Her job was to earn it and spend it and enjoy it. That's the first reason. They didn't earn it. You did. Reason number 2, you earned the right to enjoy it. Not after you're dead. Now. While you can still taste good food, see beautiful places, feel soft fabric. I watched a man named George deny himself everything. George was 79, retired engineer, had $400,000 saved, lived in a small apartment, ate canned soup, never traveled. I asked him once, George, why don't you take a trip? You always wanted to see Alaska. He said, that money's for my kids. They'll need it more than I need Alaska. George died at 81. Heart attack in his apartment eating canned soup. His children sold his belongings, split the $400,000, and went on with their lives. They didn't go to Alaska. They paid off credit cards. George died never seeing Alaska, so his kids could pay off purchases they chose to make. That's obscene. You worked for decades. You saved. You sacrificed. Not so your children could be comfortable, so you could be. I went to Alaska last year, saw the northern lights, stood on a glacier, cried from the beauty of it. Cost me $8,000, worth every penny. George's kids got his $400,000, but I got Alaska. That's the second reason. You earned this. Enjoy it before you can't. Reason number 3, they'll resent you anyway. This one hurts, but it's true. No matter how much you leave them, it won't be enough. No matter how much you sacrifice, they'll wish you'd sacrificed more. I watched a woman named Dorothy give everything. Dorothy had 2 sons. She lived on $1,200 a month Social Security, but she had $200,000 saved from selling her house. Her sons knew about it, and they started asking, Mom, can you help with the down payment? Mom, can you cover this medical bill? Mom, can you pay for the kids' private school? Dorothy gave them $50,000, then another $30,000, then another $20,000, each time thinking, this is what mothers do. When she died at 86, she had $65,000 left. Her sons were furious. Where's the rest of it? We thought there was $200,000. Not, thank you for the $135,000 you gave us, but where's the rest? They resented her for spending what was left, even though what was left was hers, even though she'd already given them more than they earned. You can't win. Give them everything, they'll want more. Give them nothing, they'll call you selfish. So you might as well be selfish. and at least enjoy it. That's the third reason. Their resentment isn't your problem to solve. Reason number 4, experiences matter more than inheritance. Do you know what your children will remember about you? Not the money you left, the life you lived. I have a friend named Barbara. Barbara traveled constantly after her husband died. Ireland, Spain, Japan, Morocco, Ireland, Spain, Japan, Morocco. Spent $80,000 over 8 years on travel. Her daughter complained, "Mom, you're being irresponsible." But you know what happened? Barbara sent postcards, photos, stories. Her grandchildren grew up hearing about Grandma's adventures. She became interesting, inspiring, alive. When she died at 87, she left $150,000 instead of $230,000. Her daughter got less money, but she got a mother who lived. And at the funeral, her granddaughter said, "I want to be like Grandma. I want to see Morocco." That's legacy, not a bank statement. A life fully lived that inspires others to do the same. My Italy trip, my grandchildren are fascinated. "Grandma, you're going alone? Aren't you scared?" Yes, and I'm going anyway. Because I'd rather leave them the memory of a brave grandmother than an extra $12,000 they'll spend on a used car. That's the fourth reason. Experiences are inheritance too. Better inheritance. Reason number 5, you can't take it with you. This is obvious, but somehow we forget it. I met a woman named Helen at my bank. She was 91, wealthy, $600,000 in accounts, living in a tiny apartment, furniture from 1970. I asked her, "Helen, why don't you upgrade? Get a nicer place." She said, "I can't afford it." She had $600,000, and she believed she couldn't afford a comfortable chair. Helen died 6 months later, left everything to her children, who immediately bought new cars and took vacations. Helen sat in an uncomfortable chair for 20 years so her children could sit in comfortable ones. That's not noble. That's tragic. You get one life, one body, one chance to experience comfort and joy and beauty. And when you're gone, the money goes to people who didn't deny themselves, who bought the comfortable chair when they wanted it, Why should you be the only one who denies yourself? That's the 5th reason. You can't take it. So spend it while it's still yours to enjoy. I'm 88 years old. I have $340,000, and I'm spending it. Not recklessly. I'm not gambling or being foolish. But I'm also not denying myself the Italy trip, the good wine, the comfortable shoes, because I earned this money. I saved for 40 years, and those 40 years were for me, not for my children's future down payment. My children will be fine. They're adults, they have jobs, they have their own savings. They don't need my money to survive. And if they did, that's a failure of their choices, not my responsibility. I raised them, educated them, launched them. I don't owe them a financial cushion for decisions they make at 55 years old. So yes, I'm spending their inheritance, every penny of it. And when I die, I plan to have exactly $3,000 left, enough to bury me, nothing more. Because I will have lived, really lived, not as a custodian of future money, but as a woman who earned it and spent it and enjoyed it. And if my children are disappointed by what I leave behind, they can read my postcards from Italy. If you're sitting on money you won't spend, if you're denying yourself because you think you should save it for your children, stop. Your children will be fine, or they won't. But either way, it's not your job to subsidize their adult lives with money you never enjoyed. Take the trip, buy the thing, upgrade your life while you're still alive to enjoy it. This is your permission from an 88-year-old woman who's done both, denying myself for decades and finally spending on myself. Spending is better, so much better. I'm 88 years old. I'm going to Italy next month, and I can't wait. Spend your money before someone else does.